Yo, what's up? We are back with the final character reveal for Melty Blood Type Lumina base roster, and it's actually going to be Red Arcueid. I can't believe this is the final character. At least we dodged the bullet when it came to neck wart. Praise be for that. Thank you. But yeah, so this was the spoiler killer that none of us will probably guess because we obviously don't got the visual novel on a global market yet. But yeah, so this is the character now. Of course, Red Arcueid is a character that's inside the classic Melty Blood. So I'm going to be interested to see exactly what moon type they actually go for her. I'm very interested in that. Also, of course, like last time, we do got the Famitsu magazine that's going to give us a little bit of extra details about how this character works that we're going to be looking at after we analyze the footage. But before we begin, as always, hit the like and subscribe button for more content. If you like everything I've been putting out as far as analyzing these videos, guides, tips and tricks, and all that stuff that we've been doing for Guilty Gear Strive, and of course, everything we're going to be doing for Melty Blood Type Lumina upon this game's release. So support the boys, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications so you know the next video goes live. All right, here we go. Princess of the true answers, devoid of all reason and emotion. Oh man, she looking mad smug. Oh man. She definitely looked like she's more in control this time than previous Red Arc. Okay. This is looking pretty similar to, I believe, C version of her. Right, the full screen grab. She has the projectiles. I like what I'm seeing. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That looks good. Wow. Oh man, she's dancing on him. Oh, that's a good picture. Yeah, she definitely looks like she's in more control for sure. So of course, with the character trailers, not too much we can analyze because of how short they are, but there are some things we can actually take and notice of this for sure that we can talk about. One thing just to say real quick, when it comes to actually clone characters, you will notice that some of the normals are going to be very similar to what you know, like especially her like JB series. Her JB is very similar, and there's some other normals that you may notice that look pretty similar to how Arcueids work, just because that's how clone characters usually are. They copy some of the normals of the other characters, but they have their own unique twist to them. Now, besides their similarities, there's also some pretty big differences that you can already start to see inside this trailer. So right off the bat, Red Arcueid is going to have access to projectiles. She's also going to have access to teleports and stuff like that of that nature that you can already see. There's one teleport that I wasn't too familiar with. The command grab one definitely am familiar with, that EX super where she like goes through the projectile and then she like stabs CL and then like throws her to the side. Really cool animation for her, by the way. But the one where she like sort of like has the after images and she slashes through, I wonder if that's actually a cross up. I don't remember that move actually being inside classic Melty for her. But that move definitely looks pretty interesting. And then, of course, she still has her J2C, which is that, like, giant spinning slash move she does in the air. We could definitely see that as well. One of the first things we also got to see was her 5B. So her 5B actually has a charge property where she can make it into her overhead. But in this version, apparently it has armor as well. Now, in Classic Melty, I don't believe it had armor. In this version, it has armor, which is absolutely crazy. So she's about to come at you with a armored overhead that you got to deal with. Looks absolutely menacing for sure. And then, of course, last prominent thing inside the trailer was her art drive, which just looked pretty cool because it looked like she was dancing on him and stuff like that. It just looked like she has some grace with it. You can definitely see she got some elegance to her for sure. So, yeah, like I said, not too much to go over inside the trailer. So let's go ahead and jump over to the Famitsu magazine where they actually displaying the characters in a little bit more detail so we can understand her a little bit better. So this is the Famitsu post for Red Arcueid right here. As always, I'll put the links down in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourself. Now, this website is in fully Japanese, so we are using machine translation to actually read this. But let's go ahead and break it down for you a little bit here. So it's talking about just, you know, who is Red Arcueid and stuff right off the bat. We don't really need to go over that. Just talking about her origin, stuff like that. Talking about how did she came to be. Talking about, obviously, the classic look for the character a little bit more with the long purple dress that people love. Let me know if you guys like this design right here. I wonder if people would have liked if Arcueid just looked like this over the skirt. Let me know how you guys feel about this one. But it's talking more about her gameplay down here. So features in battle, they're saying she's going to be a high-speed movement technique character, so she can move around with slow and fast movements. It says she could basically, like, you know, play her at her own pace because she's going to have fireballs, and then she has like these teleports and stuff. So she has a lot of things at her disposal. So they call her Runaway Arcueid inside the thing here, but we're just going to say obviously Red Arcueid. It's a character that has both power and speed that can stand around while slowing down by making full use of powerful projectiles and high-speed movement techniques. It says, in addition to releasing missiles from the air, the aerial battle is also very powerful. So this is actually telling us, I think, that she also has her air fireball, which is very prominent as well. So we've seen inside the trailer that she had her ground fireball, but Red Arcueid also has an air version that she can actually utilize. And I'm guessing they're talking about it right here, that she's going to have this. They're also saying on top of these like strong techniques of air fireball, she's also going to have super armor moves. Now that one move that we saw that we were talking about, her 5B, this is going to have armor on it. Of course, when you use an armor move, it is going to take a little bit of your health. So as you can see, when she was using the move, it actually took a little bit of health from her from the attack that actually CL did. But then she didn't flinch and she was able to get a hit on CL and then actually confirm that into a full combo. So very strong technique as long as you got the life to actually take the hit. So here it's talking about her Weiss after image skill. So it says high speed, has movement patterns that create an after image in front and moves forward a little, and a movement pattern that can move forward greatly and pass through the opponents. So it looked like it can actually be done inside the air as well. You can see she's in the air when she does this. Now apparently it's going to be a moon skill that is tied to it. Since the moon skill Weiss is activated by a simple command and is quick to start moving, so it's easy to incorporate into the surroundings and is perfect for disturbing the opponent. It says also in blowback edge version that occurs when you press and hold a button. When entering a command, it moves forward and appears in the air. Oh, so you can like appear it and make it appear in the air. By incorporating these high speed movements such as sudden approach to the opponent, wrap around behind and attack from the air, it becomes a means of ascent the surroundings and shake the opponent's guard. So you can make it go in the air, and I'm guessing you can attack from the air, or you can come down to the ground, do cross ups and stuff like that. So it could probably be some very tricky movement with this after image type thing that you could do as far as these movement patterns and stuff. So seems very good once you actually get this thing started. I can't wait to actually see a little bit more of it when we actually get to see some gameplay of this character. I don't even know if we actually got time to actually see gameplay of this character, just based on like how much time we got before the game comes out compared to how much match footage they can actually show us. We may not even see this character in footage. We may have to just actually see her when the games come out. But if that's what it is, then I can't wait to actually see or get our hands on this character for sure. So here's our first look at her air fireballs that I was talking about. Typically for Red Arcueid, they usually are like red, but I guess they're like white now. But we can see there's the ground version, and that's the EX, I'm guessing. And then these are the air fireballs that we were talking about. Let's read about it. So it says right here, when you shoot it, a circular mass of magical power forward, has a wide attack range, and is powerful because it's easy to control the field. Since it can be released from the air, it is easy to handle as a technique to control the opponent. The EX special move of it has a long attack distance, so it can be used to conclude a combo. It is recommended that you use the ground version and the aerial version properly. Approach while obstructing the opponent's actions and bring them to the rush at a short distance, which you are good at. So I find it interesting that they didn't talk about the air version of her fireball actually being jump cancelable like Vlov is. I don't know if hers actually was jump cancelable in Classic Melty, but the way they're actually like announcing it here, it seems like it's not going to, because they're saying make sure you use it in the right spacing, make sure you use it wisely and stuff like that. So it's probably saying like, hey, it's a good tool, but you need to make sure that you're spacing out correctly as far as how you're using it, because it probably won't have these type of things that Vlov has for as far as like jump canceling this on whiff and stuff like that. So it seems like she's going to be an absolute powerhouse. We can see the armor right here being approached. So she's like going on with the giant arm, and then like you can see the armor actually kicking in. She's getting hit, and she's about to hit CL with it. And then there's that cross-up move that we were talking about. So remember in the trailer, she was using the combo, and I was asking, is it actually a cross-up move? I'm guessing we're about to find out right here, and it's going to talk about the armor. So it says for medium and heavy attacks of normal. So not just her medium, but for her heavy attacks as well. And it doesn't say like standing or crouching, so I'm guessing both. Press and hold the button to switch to the blowback edge version, in addition to be given super armor for both medium and heavy attacks. The medium attack changes to a medium attack that can only be guarded while standing, so it is possible to forcibly attack while enduring the opponent's attack. In addition, as a special skill, it can also have a skill to attack while rushing and slip through the opponent, so after turning behind, there is no means to shake the opponent's guard, such as attacking the moon skill, which is excellent in the speed of skill. It is a versatile character. Once again, machine translation, so a little bit rough here, but basically what I'm guessing is saying right here is obviously you have the actual normal and you have the heavy and medium attacks that have something that you can do super armor with, and then of course you can also use the skill that goes behind the opponent, and I'm guessing they're going to have to block that in the opposite direction. It's something that you can actually utilize. So very strong skill on top of already the other tools she has. Teleports, she has something that could go through you, and then like of course the teleports have after images, air fireballs, regular fireballs. She has like a grab that like goes through projectiles. So she has a lot of things at her disposal, as well as they talk about she's a speed and power monster. So sound like a very strong character already. All right, then we get our first look at her arc drive right here. It says super powerful special move that attacks the opponents with a shockwave that goes through the ground. Since it has the attack range that covers the entire screen, it is recommended that you aim to activate it as a combo. It says hit by the restraints hits the opponents, in addition an invincible state. So it's a full screen super when it comes to her arc drive. And then of course we can see her last arc right here as well. It says a big skill that reproduces the scene of Tsukihime. Please play the game to check out the production. So I'm guessing it's supposed to be a very prominent scene inside of the visual novel remake that we don't have yet, so we won't know the significance of how cool it is. But it does look pretty similar to something that I've seen before inside of Melty Blood Classic. So definitely look like something I'm familiar with. Now it's going to teach us about how to actually use the character in certain situations, which is typically where we can understand a little bit more or a lot more about the character in this regard. So we can see our first scenario actually right here, where Arcueid is using the after image and going through one of the projectiles. So it says right here, if the opponent who is good at long distance controls you with a long range attack such as a missile, use the moon skill and the moon skill aerial version to approach. It says the moon skill has a long movement distance and it start moving quickly. So you can close the gap at once in the gap of the opponent's long range attack. It says the moon skill aerial version is powerful because you can approach while attacking the opponent while avoiding the opponent's missile. So it seems like there is going to be a ground version and an air version of this like movement that they're talking about. You can see there's the movement right there, and then there's the one right there. So already sounding very good. The fact that it's talking about, you know, you can attack and avoid like projectiles all at the same time sounds very strong for sure. Then it says it also effective to aim the EX special move, which temporarily becomes invincible and rushes in response to the opponent's long range attack. So sounds very, very strong. Once you actually start utilizing the movement options of her, I think she's going to be very scary to deal with. So now it's about to talk about close distance fighters and how to deal with people that are good at getting in and close. It's going to be talking about, I guess, this move right here, whatever this giant move is right here. So it says if the opponent is good at a short distance, then Alto Nejo is also effective in addition to Alto Shul control. The attack range of the technique is wide and you can intercept when the opponent dashes or dashes in the air to approach. So we can see like this attack right here, like it's stopping their approach right here. And I'm guessing it looked like Arcueid is actually going the other direction. So I'm not too familiar with this situation that's happening on the other side. It looked like she sort of just went through. Is it the moon skill of, okay, this may be the moon skill version. Attacks while jumping up. Okay, I see. Since the attack range is wide on the upper side, it is effective for opponents attacking from the air. Since jump cancellation is possible, it is possible to shift to a combo and inflict damage. So basically it's saying like, you know, because you could jump cancel this, you can actually just pick it up for a combo if it lands a hit, which is pretty good. Now we can also see the situation right here that we can see. So I don't know this move either. We're starting to see some pretty good moves here, or some pretty interesting moves that we didn't really get to see inside the trailer. It says if the opponent is cornered to the edge of the screen, the EX special move Weiss is powerful. In addition to being given an invincible state, you can grab the opponent while swapping positions with yourself and blow it away. So you can hit the opponent against the edge of the screen, chase after the sticking place, and aim for a combo reversal. So we were talking about before that when she does some of these moves, she actually just like throws the opponent in the opposite direction. I'm guessing that's what they're talking about right here. So I'm guessing with the wording here, I'm guessing they're probably saying throw your opponent like out of the corner and then like chase, because I guess it does a wall bounce even though there's not a corner space. Or maybe it's like worded differently because of the translation here. They're talking about if you're in the corner, then throw your opponent in the corner with this situation because it has an invincible state, and then you can pick up from a combo right there. Both of them obviously sounds like two different situations that can definitely play out in different manners depending on how you actually use it. And then after that, pretty much just give us like a couple of points of like, I guess, how to fight her. And then of course it talks a little bit about the differences between Arcueid and Red Arcueid, because some people may not understand that they're two different characters inside the game. They may think like, what's going on here? But yeah, obviously two different characters are going to take up two different character slots on the base roster of the game. So that is Red Arcueid, the final character of our base roster for Melty Blood Type Lumina. Let me know down in the comments below how you guys feel about this character. Are you guys excited for her? Or are you guys disappointed that she's the final character in the base roster because you wanted a different character? Also, let me know how you guys feel about the actual look for her. Do you like this like new take on her classic outfit, or do you like the actual new look for her new remake design that she actually got going on? Definitely just interested to hear what you guys got to think about that. Like I said, there probably won't be any match footage to this character because of how close the game actually is coming out. We are only 7 days away, and they got plenty of other characters that can show off, so we probably won't see this character until we actually get our hands on the game. Anyway, if you like anything I had to say today, drop me a like. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, follow me on my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications so you know the next video goes live. As always, my name is Daikin, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.